All right. I set the 30-second counter to go off, but it didn't go off. So let's just make
Oh,
this
hey.
thing happen. It is, I'm not sure what the deal is with that. But, anyways, it is still City Sports Talk with you guy, Big Rich, and Adam over there on the other side. Been a Wednesday, huh? Been a Monday on a Wednesday there, Adam?
Yeah, I didn't even have time to get my dog, so she's still in kennel. That's great. Um, I turned a short shift into a very long shift today. Not very excited. This new I don't know what's going on with the camera, but it's in a different spot. Anyway,
It's in a different spot. Looks fine, though. I mean, it's clear.
looks like we're looking at my freaking nose. Like,
Well, kind of, sort of, yeah. I mean, you have one of the same issues I do that the ceiling fan light is right there. Um,
yeah,
that's why I've
like
got
I
the
said, Rich,
backdrop behind me.
I don't even have my I don't even have this light on. I zoned
Well,
it out
but
a
that's
little.
why I do my thing with the picture drop because then that way I can, then I can have the ceiling fan light over my head and not have it mess things up until I can get my green screen. So, but anyways, we got what we expected last night to a degree in the All Star game with Mr. Skeen starting the game.
Sure did.
Uh,
5-0, nothing unusual, Rich. 5-0, and we still managed to lose. Doesn't matter what team he plays for.
well, yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what though, that ninth inning was nuts. I mean, the couple of balls that their exit velocity combined might have been 100. Um, that
I
little,
didn't watch it. Obviously, we were live with open mic, and I did not have it on.
I caught the ninth inning. That was it. I caught the ninth inning.
So you needed
Um,
to catch.
and, huh?
I said that's all you needed to catch.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was okay. Here's my question for you though, because I'm sure you either heard, read, whatever. Um, when a lot of times whenever you have an all-star game and it's tied after nine, they just call it a tie and that's it. Not this time. They decide that they're doing this home run derby thing, uh, where you take three batters from each side that were in the lineup, the three batters out of the batting order. They get three swings apiece. Most homers wins. So it's a mini home run derby. Are you more in favor of something like that than either A, calling it a tie, or B, this idiotic ghost runner thing that's going on right now?
I kind of like the home run derby at the after a tied 9. Kind of makes it a little more like a shootout.
I was thinking it's like
Maybe
the
let them
shootout in hockey or something.
maybe let them play like 2 innings, and if it's still tied, then go into this home run derby smash.
Well, that would be the next question. At what point do you let that happen? And if so, do you eliminate the ghost runner?
I would have eliminated
Um,
the Ghost Runner years ago, but that's just me.
yeah, see that we talked about this when you and I first started doing shows together. When they made those new rules with the pitch clock and all and the throwovers and expanded bases and all that, the one thing that just absolutely fried me was that ghost runner. It just doesn't make any sense.
I thought
Um,
they were gonna
you
get
know,
rid
it,
of it after COVID. Like I thought that was just a COVID thing.
a lot of people did, but and they were like, well, it prevents the 16, 17 inning game. But does it? I mean, I haven't seen any go quite that far, but I've seen some
So
13,
the
14 inning games.
Rich, can we fill in our guest watchers on what exactly a ghost runner is in case these people don't watch baseball like we do?
You're exactly right. What the ghost runner is if you go to extra innings in Major League Baseball, the player who made the last out goes to second base. So you start the inning with a runner on second and nobody out, in the hopes, Major League Baseball's hopes, to get a run across on one side or the other to finish the game. And that continues each inning. So no matter no matter how, it could go 15 innings and it's still going to be the last out is that ghost runner. Um,
And yes, that
it,
ghost runner can bat in the lineup too if it gets to his spot around, because it did happen. I believe it happened
yeah,
last week, actually.
yeah. Somebody scored like 8 runs in the 10th or 11th inning, and
The ghost runner batted
wound
that
up
how
batting
they were.
around. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was kind of
Oh, it
crazy.
is. Don't. I think that's a woman's college rule, ain't it? Ain't that where that
No,
generated from?
Rob Manfred's evil mind.
Well, I thought it.
It's
I thought the women's professional college team does that too.
women's college doesn't.
I could have
I
swore they
covered
did.
women's college for a ton of years, man. No,
I could have swore it just came from
Mm-mm.
like maybe it was Olympic baseball.
Olympic possibly, but not college. Like I say, I covered Baylor for a long time, and it's not. Mm-mm. That's not an aspect of college baseball. Could it be an Olympic? It could be. I'd have to look it up. Um, but I don't like the rule, and I don't know how much I'm a purist when it comes to baseball. Okay, and maybe that's me being that old school guy or whatever. People have accused me of being get off my lawn guy and that kind of thing. But play the game the way it's supposed to be played. Um, that's part of the reason why, we talked about this on open mic a couple weeks ago. It's part of the reason why I don't think that drug users in any way, shape, or form should be allowed in the Hall of Fame. And if they are going to put them in, there needs to be a separate wing with very prominent designation that these guys cheated the game. And I don't care if it was now, let's just say if Doc Ellis was in the Hall of Fame, which we all know he's not,
He should
anybody,
be.
you know,
He
the
should
guy,
be for that one game. He should be
well,
for
the
that one
guy,
game, and we both know which
the,
one I'm talking about.
oh yeah, the guy threw a no hitter on acid. He took
Unbelievable.
acid right before the game.
Unbelievable.
Um,
Unbelievable.
I mean, but for that reason, along with others, because he was a good pitcher. He was nowhere near Hall of Fame caliber, but at the same time, it's those sorts of things that when you take away from the integrity of the game, that's where Big Rich has a problem. Um, and like I say, maybe it's me being a little bit older. Maybe it's
What's
me
happening,
being get
Marcus?
off my lawn
Josh, how
guy.
are you?
I don't. What's up, guys? Um,
So, so Rich, we did have some news today, and what did you think of that news?
well, which news are you talking about? So that way we can.
Obviously, we ended up with Cam DeVisancy, the shortstop, that should be ready to play. He's been in the MLB before. He came from the Brewers, 2019. He got drafted. Um, he's hitting the
Yeah,
shit out of the ball down there in Kansas City's AAA team. I don't know the Omaha something.
yeah,
And
the Omaha Royals. Yeah.
and you know, did we get a lot for Adam Frazier? I mean, this because if he's going to be here, that means Izzy's going to be gone.
I don't think
I
we'll get
know, I know this will break your heart, but he's going to be gone. He's going to go to somewhere that needs depth.
well. and I think that Izzy's one of those players. Marcus, how you doing, buddy? Um, Izzy's one of those players that can get a nice return. Um, this kid from Kansas City, um, yeah, he's got some numbers. Um, and I'm actually pulling all this stuff up right now.
I think it
Um,
was two
you
seventy
know,
eight, 328.
he's 28. You on
Right.
your young kid, you on your young player coming to the team kick, that you've been on for quite a while. He's 28
Yeah,
and
it's not
has yet to
exactly
appear
young,
in the
but he's
majors.
younger than Adam Frazier.
Right, but he's 28 and has never played a minute in the majors, which is why the Pirates, as soon as they got the trade done, sent him to Indianapolis. Um,
He was. That's the
I
funny
don't
thing. He was called up for the series against the Pirates. He just didn't play.
know, but I mean, unless he is a late bloomer, I mean, yes, he had 18 bombs in yes, he had a 931 OPS. And they even bring up in this story on MLB.com that he was called up for that series, but did not play. And he was, but the Pirates, I mean, they couldn't send him to Indy fast enough. Um, okay, he does better
Well,
against breaking balls than fastballs. Um, okay, that's fine too. But 34% uh, swing and miss rate this season.
it fits right in.
From what I'm seeing, yeah, I mean, he's bounced around the infield in the minors. Most of his time at shortstop, a 969 fielding percentage.
It's not bad.
Um, for a shortstop, that's not good, especially for a major league shortstop. That's
Now, is
not
that
good.
just short? Wait, Rich, you said he bounced around the infield. Is that all infield or just shortstop numbers?
No,
Or
it
don't they
says
break it down
he
that
bounced
far?
around the infield in the minors, but spent most of his time at shortstop, posting a 969 career fielding percentage at the position at shortstop. And that's career. But this year he's made uh, 7 errors in 512 innings, which is basically 60 games. He's made 7 errors. That's not impressive in any way, shape, or form to get
No.
rid of a bat like Frazier played for the Royals before. Um,
Played for him
and I
last
think
year, actually.
yeah, and I think Frazier, could be a good piece for the Royals if they're going to make a run to the wild card. Unless Detroit just absolutely, if they have Scooble and Green and about two or three other guys go down for the season, that's the only way they're not winning this division. They're up
Yeah, what are
11
they?
on
What are they
second
up
place.
12 games? What are they up 12 games right now at the break?
11, yeah. It's nuts. When you look at the standings, the Central, actually, it's 11 and a half on Minnesota, 12 on KC, 12 on Cleveland. It's just absolutely crazy. But on the flip side of things, Kansas City is only 4.5 out of the wild card. They got a bunch of teams to hurdle to get to the wild card. One, two, three, four, five teams they have to hurdle to get into the wild card. But that's a heck of a lot more reachable than
So
making
you
up a
get
12 game.
right.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
so what?
it's a
I
whole like
didn't. I didn't see anything. Like, did you read anything on the Mets proposal to the Pirates? I clicked on it and then my phone went hayward a little bit, so I didn't get a chance to read it. I don't know if you saw anything or not.
um. Well, the proposals for Bednar, and this is the second team now that has put a proposal on the table to the Pirates for Bednar. Philly, a week or two ago, put an offer out for Santana and Bednar both. This one was, and I'm looking right here. Okay. In essence, the Pirates would get Drew Gilbert and Chris Suero, um, who are both, you guessed it, prospects. Um,
Are they? But wait. We talked about this last week too. Is Charrington said MLB ready prospects? I don't know how in depth you can dig on your computer in a couple seconds, but are they MLB ready prospects?
Um, Drew Gilbert is an outfielder. He is 24, almost 20. He'll be 25 actually in August. Um, from what I'm seeing here in the minors, he's been in AAA Syracuse for 72 games. He's hitting 238, 10 bombs, 41 driven in, 36 walks, 3 steals. So nothing overly spectacular. Um,
But he could be ready.
nothing to write home about.
No.
Chris Suero, let me get his information here. Um, Chris Suero is a catcher, outfielder, first baseman. Maybe they're looking to bring him in for first base. I don't know.
That's another question.
Has been
Are teams showing interest in Horowitz?
nothing from what I've seen. He's played high A ball all year this year. He's got 13 bombs, 51 RBI in 74 games. Um, hitting 240, 382 on base. So he walks a lot.
Yeah,
But
you
an
said he had what
OPS of
39.
830,
You see, he had what 39 walks, or is that the last
41,
41?
41 walks, but 25 steals, 7 caught. So I don't like that percentage. But I mean, again, outfield is kind of where the glaring hole is. Um, outside, would you, with what you've seen after this year from Horwitz, would you be mad about him coming back as your first baseman next year?
Well, I think he has to get through the deadline first.
I think he will.
You think he will?
I think he will. The Pirates I see definitely getting moved. I would say definitely getting moved. I think Bednar's gone. I think Haney's gone. Wouldn't be surprised if Santana's gone. Wouldn't be surprised if Hayes is gone. Um,
The
wouldn't be
Yankees want
surprised if
Hayes so
one of the
bad.
catchers is gone. Huh?
I said the Yankees want Hayes so bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if one of the catchers is gone, either Bart or Davis. I
I
wouldn't
think
be
Mitch Keller.
surprised if
I think
one,
Mitch Keller is going to be gone too.
and I think Keller goes. Of all those guys, Keller is going to get the biggest return, or it better get the biggest return. Um, there needs to be, you're talking about MLB ready. There better be players coming over that are ready to plug in the lineup the day of the trade. So a right fielder
I
that,
don't think we're gonna get it. I really don't.
well, I mean, that's
I'm
what,
just
but
saying, Rich.
like,
I mean, I just don't see. I just don't see them getting a full return like we both want for Mitch Keller. I just don't see it.
but but here's the thing that the Pirates have in this situation that a lot of teams don't have. There are so many teams that are still in the playoff hunt. How many teams that are completely out have a pitcher anywhere near as good as Keller that they can get rid of? Does Chicago? No. The White Sox, I mean. No. Oakland has one, but he's a reliever.
Talking about Mason, huh?
Washington's not getting rid of Mackenzie Gore. They might, but they're not getting rid of Mackenzie Gore. Colorado doesn't have anybody. And that's really the list of teams that at this second are completely cooked.
You tell me the fish are still alive. I didn't look at the standings, Rich. I guess I should have, but I didn't look.
As we sit right this second, okay, you've got in the National League, okay, you've got, this is the wild card because we know the division leaders are the Cubs, the Dodgers, and the Phillies. Okay, we know that. In the National League wild card, you've got Milwaukee, the Mets, and the Padres. The Giants are a half game back. St. Louis is 1.5 back. Cincinnati is 2.5 back. Arizona is 5.5 back. Miami is only 7.5 back. Atlanta is 9.5 back. Any of those teams could stick their nose right back in the middle of that hunt with a really hot week or two. You,
Goodness,
especially when you
If
start
you're the
talking,
Marlins, like only 7 out, but at
mm-hmm,
any minute you could fall on the face of the earth because all they have is all the prospects they traded for that were MLB ready, and they're
right.
all playing very well ball. They're all playing decent ball.
But the thing that you look at too, if I'm the Miami Marlins, is okay. If I'm contending and I'm not 7.5 back, okay. If I'm at least in
What do
the
we got?
hunt for a
82. What do
wild
we got?
card,
60 left.
about 60 left, 60, 65, depending on the team.
I'll be
But
for 61.
if I'm in contention for a wild card spot now with a bunch of kids who realistically should be in AAA right now, what are they going to be like next year when they've got the experience under their belt? What are they going to be like 2 years from now when they've got experience
I
under their belt?
didn't, I didn't laugh at any of these trades the Marlins did last year. I did not laugh. I said
No.
this team is built, or is refilling and rebuilding very quickly.
The only guy that I could see going, and it's going to take a king's ransom to get him because it's already been said by the Miami management,
That's Alcantara.
is Sandy Alcantara. And there's a lot of teams out there that could use a Sandy Alcantara. Um, I mean, shoot, in the National League alone, the Padres could definitely use him. The Cardinals, Cincinnati, um, that's just a few
We
that
know the
could use
Dodgers
an
could. We
arm.
know the Dodgers could with their 85 pitchers on the IL.
Right. They, but when you're talking about teams that are in a hunt to get a spot, there's a lot of teams that's where the situation's going to come in. Trades are going to be at a premium. And I think that if you, and this is okay, I realize I'm about to throw an oxymoron out there. If you have intelligent front office, you're going to go to the highest bidder because I can bet you there's at least 4 or 5 teams that are wanting Mitch Keller. Everybody talks about the Cubs. I wouldn't do it because it's in the division. But B, what could you get from San Diego, who needs pitchers? What could you get from the Dodgers? What could you get from, you know, what could you get from an Arizona? Or you look at the American League, what could you get from Tampa? Or, scarily enough, what could you get from Texas? Because trust me, you put Mitch Keller in that Rangers rotation, everybody better hang on.
And is Evaldi fully back now?
Evaldi's fully back. DeGrom is pitching like DeGrom. And we're getting Maile back in August. And Maile was one of the best pitchers in baseball before he had that shoulder irritation. And you add Mitch Keller to that, that's a contending ball club right there. If they would, the Rangers would be in better shape right now if they just flip and hit. They're the Pirates. I promise you, they're the Pirates with triple the payroll. But they're getting away with a lot because they do hit occasionally. They do have those big names like Simeon and Seager who are top-notch hitters in Major League Baseball. And they've got 4 or 5 of them. Who realistically is a top-notch Major League hitter on this Pirates team besides Brian Reynolds? Exactly.
You know,
You
I mean,
know,
you want to say Cruz, of course.
not when he's hitting 205.
Right. Everyone praised Pedro Alvarez for the same way.
No, but I mean,
I have
when you've
no
got,
idea why.
but yeah, but I mean, when you've got guys like a Seager, a Simeon, an Adolis Garcia, a Jake Berger, guys like that on that Rangers team that can hit and will hit. The Pirates don't have that. That's the difference in those two teams because the pitching staffs, look at the pitching staffs all season long, whether it's the starters, the bullpen, both. They're at the top of the league. Their hitting just has been really rough. The Pirates don't have that star power that if it actually kicks into gear, they can take it to that next level. The Rangers can't. That's the big difference between the two. But I mean, if the Pirates do not get ready to go players for Mitch Keller, there's a problem. Or a top prospect from another organization, like a top 5 prospect from another organization, and get it at a position that they need. Don't need to get a second baseman. That kind of thing. You
All
know.
right, should we recap this like Josh asked, or what? I didn't really look at it yet, but you know.
Oh, to recap the draft? Yeah, we can.
I mean, obviously, we're always going to take a pitcher. This time we took a high schooler. Has 3 solid pitches: changeup, fastball, and I think curveball. 6'4",
Yeah, but
190 pounds. I don't know about high school pitchers.
if he is his name Paul Skeens, then I don't care.
We can't compare everyone to Paul Skeens.
I get that, but what I'm saying is what I'm really getting to is the simple fact that this team needs hitters. This team needs hitters, and they had one they had a couple of them that were sitting there that should have been uh, grabbed, like very easily could have been grabbed, and they didn't.
So
And I'm sitting there shaking my head.
we drafted back to
Hmm?
back high school pitchers.
I did. And I don't get it. I mean, if you sit here and look at, okay, they drafted at number 6. At number 7, they had a kid named Iva Arquette from Oregon State. Okay, top
Mm-hmm.
college hitter in this class, 1.1 OPS this past season. The Blue Jays, the next pick, take JoJo Parker out of Purvis High School in Mississippi. 20-25 home run power. Can play second or third as well. Okay, now we're making a little bit of progress here. Um, the Gavin Klein, second baseman, shortstop from Tennessee, 1.1 OPS. Has played shortstop, but profiles better as a second baseman. Can just as easily put him at third. I don't get why. I just do not get why they refuse to take hitters. It makes no sense.
They took Muff Gray.
Sir?
They took Murph Gray, 2023 Mountain West Conference Freshman of the Year.
Uh-huh.
I'm excited.
The one kid that I thought might drop into the second round because of the
Actually, hold on real quick, Rich. Not to interrupt you,
yeah,
but Jason is going to be very pumped about this kid because he's from Fresno State. Murph Gray.
yeah. But considering the fact that his team absolutely failed this season, I figured he was going to drop more than he did. Outfielder named Jace Laviolette from Texas A&M in 188 games in college, 285, 432, 651, with 68 bombs and 202 RBI. And he's an
We're not
outfielder.
taking that. We're not taking that kind of power, Rich. Come on, man.
Well, and he didn't make it all the way down through. He made it 27, and the Giants got him. But I've really figured he was going to drop to the second round, and it would have been perfect for the Pittsburgh Pirates to get him there. No.
We did take two
So they
bats
end up
in
doing
this.
this.
We did take two bats in the third, though. Took Murph Gray and Easton Carmichael.
And I fully understand, man. You're not going to. I mean, I'm not foolish enough to think, oh, well, if they didn't get him in the first round, they're going to suck. I understand that. There's a ton of Hall of Fame players that weren't first round draft picks. I get that. But you've got a whole lot better shot of something happening in terms of an impact player if you're getting them in the first couple of rounds. And the Pirates, for whatever reason, cannot get it through their thick skulls that they need bats because there is no one in this 2025 free agent class that's not named Pete Alonso that's going to be a major home run hitter. And if the Pirates throw that kind of money out there, I'm going to pass out. I will be so absolutely blown away if the Pirates did something like that to sign Alonso. I wouldn't know what to do with myself. I'm sure you'd be the same way.
And then the great Pittsburgh thing would happen. He would get injured right after he signed
Well, that's true too.
it. We took another shortstop after we just traded for one.
Yeah, I know.
I think he's a 17-year-old kid from Puerto Rican. I don't understand. He's only 5'6" or 5'8", 160
Yeah, I mean
pounds.
they drafted Freddie Patek. For those of you folks that aren't familiar with who Freddie Patek is, he was the shortest player in Major League Baseball for a long time. Made a career out of the Kansas City Royals, but he also played for the Pirates. 5'2", $135.
Yeah.
But I mean, I sit here and I look at these guys. They're either really old or not worth signing
All the
in
free agent
terms
list.
of bat. Yeah. I mean, at first base, it's Pete Alonso and Josh Naylor. That's it. I wouldn't come within a mile of signing Goldschmidt or Hoskins, Santana, Turner, Josh Bell. No. Second base, I mean, I would sign Luis Arias simply because the guy is going to hit 300. No matter what, he ain't going to hit any home runs. I think he has like
Brent.
12 in his career.
I'm going to keep my eye on this kid for down the line, but Brent Iredale, third baseman, had good numbers at Arkansas. Slashed a
Yeah.
437, 543, 925, 42 homers, 40 steals in 113 games.
Yeah. It's not bad, but I mean, we got to get the draft is nice, okay, and we can be looking at this is not like the NFL draft. This is not like the NBA draft. It's not even like the NHL draft. When you do,
Did you see we have
when
two
you make a,
players with the same? We have two players with the same name now on our team. Did you see that?
yeah, I saw that. When you're drafting major leagues, you're looking 3 years out minimum, which is why it's so important because, like I say, there are no bats. And that's what they've got. If the Pirates are trading Keller, okay. But to be honest, there better not be a pitcher coming back. We've got guys in the minor league system that we can bring up. Bubba Chandler, other guys, okay? But there's no sticks. Paul
Oh,
Skeens,
I've always
I
wondered
mean,
that too, Rich. I've always wondered that question too. I don't know why the MLB does a draft in the middle of the season.
yeah, I think it's a
Is it to
case
get
where,
guys
well,
moving to Triple A or Single A, whatever it is?
right, it gets them started in the system. It gets them into rookie ball, and then they're ready to go to like Arizona Fall League or the Mexican League or whatever once the season's over. So they're semi acclimated to what's going on professionally, and they can get into either high A ball, rookie ball, and then once the season's over, Arizona Fall League, Mexican League, that kind of thing, and get themselves ready for spring training. That's why they do that. So it gives them time to get used to being a professional. But that is a good question.
I mean, like how
Um,
long? Like when do you lose interest in this draft? They do what, 28 rounds?
I lose interest in the draft after round one.
I'm just curious.
I really do. I look at round one and then I look at the teams that I'm concerned about or individual players. There's a kid from Baylor that got drafted in the 6th round by Philly. His last name's Greg. I'm super happy for him. He's a closer, um, and I hope he does great things in that system. Uh, I really do. Baylor had a couple of guys drafted. I was really happy. I kept an eye out for them. One in the 6th round, one in the 9th round. Kudos to them. Um, Continuing a long line of Baylor baseball players playing professional baseball and hopefully getting to the majors. There's a lot of Baylor players in the majors that people don't think about. Max Muncy being the biggest one. But there's quite a few. Shea Langoliers in Oakland was a Baylor Bear. Um, Nick Lofton in Kansas City was a Baylor Bear. Cody Bradford, pitcher for the Rangers, Baylor Bear. Um, so there's a lot of Baylor guys out there, um, and it's pretty cool to be able to see that happen because it didn't really happen until they clicked in '05 and things started happening. Then they started getting a guy or two drafted and that kind of thing, and now they had a stretch there. They had, I think, 8 guys on major league 25-man rosters. So it's pretty solid.
So I'm gonna do a full 180. Did you see who's on the bubble of being cut? Those
Are you
Steelers?
talking Steelers now?
Yeah, because we're over a half hour, and I figure we can try and get some Steeler talk in. Because we started late
Okay.
tonight, folks. Just to let you know, I got off work late, got home late, and we
It
started
all
the show a
happens.
little late. Yeah, I kick gears real quick, Rich. I know you've got about 8 minutes left because I know that.
No, I'm okay for a couple extra. I'm okay for a couple minutes.
All right, cool.
Um, I'm probably good till about 10 after. Um, yeah, I mean, I saw. I was going to ask you about something else, but no,
Uh,
I did not see
what were you gonna
who
ask
are
me?
you seeing on
Baseball,
the bubble.
baseball or football?
No football.
Oh, okay. Um,
Do you know who number 75 is on the top 100 list?
Gotta be number one or two.
I got
Oh,
number
I
6.
thought you're talking about a sixth,
No. Who is the 75th best player in the NFL coming into
like
the
right
season?
now or all
Uh
time?
huh. No,
Like
right
right
now,
now,
this year. Yeah, like the NFL does that top 100 every year of the players that are currently playing.
number 75.
Uh huh. He is a Steeler. Where's number 6?
Chris Boswell.
Patrick Queen.
Where's Matt? We need Matt here. He probably left.
They are saying Patrick Queen is the 75th best player in the NFL.
Maybe let's.
If you,
You can never judge a guy after 1 year and not know really learning the system fully. So I don't know. Maybe they see something we don't, but I like it.
Well, I mean, we saw what he did in Baltimore. And you're right. The first year with a new team, most of the time, it takes a minute to get used to a new team.
I think
It
defense.
took
I think
Minka.
Rich. Hold on. I think defense is more complicated to get used to than being a wide
Yeah,
receiver, tight end, or running back.
right. And
It's
I
a
was
whole new
using Minka as the
system.
example. Yeah.
It's a whole new system and everything else. So I think defense is harder to learn on the
Yeah.
fly 1 year in, and I don't care how long you've had the playbook in your hands. It's still a new system. So maybe I hope so. It'd be nice.
Yeah, because I mean that would just add to the quality of this defense. If this, I made this statement a week or two ago. In fact, I made it right after they traded Minka. If this defense stays healthy, this is a top defense in the NFL. I think it's better than Baltimore. I think it's better than people still think Philly's going to be great. I don't, but people think it is. I think that if this defense is healthy, it is the best defense in football, hands down. The bad part is they're the Pirates all over again because they're not going to allow people to score. But how are they going to put points on the board until that knucklehead behind center is out of there?
Yeah. He still put up good numbers last year, Rich. I hate to say it, but he still put up good numbers.
Yes, he almost threw for 4,000 yards, and yes, about 3,000 of them are when the team was down 2 touchdowns.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
It does.
I'm going with Ken's analogy here. It doesn't matter.
It and I told Ken
And
it
and me
mattered.
and you both know it's bullshit. But anyway,
It is
anyway,
bullshit.
the numbers don't lie. If you
I,
bunt for 3 hits in a game, you still go 3 for 4. It doesn't matter how you got on base.
that's true, but don't tell me he's going to hit 50 home runs. If a guy bunts 3 times for base hits, don't. It's that old line. Don't pee on me and tell me it's raining. It's you can't do that. You can't. There is no conceivable way that somebody's going to convince me until or unless it happens that Aaron Rodgers is going to lead this team to a Super Bowl or even a playoff. There is just absolutely no way that he's going to do it. Will the defense do it? Yes. Will they win games in spite of Aaron Rodgers? Yes. But I mean, are they going to win a whole bunch of games 14-10, 16-6, that kind of thing? Yeah. Yeah. They really are. I mean, I the other part of it too, and we've got about a month for this to happen. There has got to be somebody, whether it's your boy or not, step up and be that number 2 receiver. Somebody has got to
Someone's
take
got
that spot.
to. Um,
I mean, I
so
hope it's your guy. I really do. I hope it's your guy.
did you see the
Oh,
Niners shut down every trade offer for Juwan Jennings today or yesterday? I'm not sure.
yeah.
So who's on the bubble? Who's on the bubble of being cut?
Who's on the bubble of being cut?
Defense, two defensive players, veterans. I'll give you that hint because
Really?
I see you're not. I see you're not typing right now, so I know you're not looking it up.
No, I'm not. Um, defensive players on the bubble. Benton,
Nope.
maybe. Keanu Benton?
Nope.
No. Well, I
He
mean,
didn't
we
play
know
much.
the obvious ones that it's not.
One didn't play
Um,
very much last year.
Loudermilk?
Nope.
Um,
I'll give you one more guess. The one I know you're not
uh,
going to get.
um, let's try Peyton Wilson.
Nope. Corey Trice Jr. and Cole Holcomb.
Really?
Yes.
Hmm.
I did the same thing.
Okay.
I was like, what? Because Corey Trice is, he seemed like a good signing whenever we talked about it. But Cole
Right,
Holcomb being
right.
on the bubble, I mean, I know he's been injured a lot, so that doesn't surprise me. But I also can't see him living in the free agent world very long.
Well, but is it possible that Trice being on the bubble maybe because of acquisitions that have taken place?
I didn't really read that far. I just saw the two names.
Because I'm still thinking that
I was thinking,
Darius Slay is going to end up playing safety before it's all said and done, because you've got your corners and you've got your slot corner in Ramsey. You're gonna, unless injuries take place, Slay is a safety on this team or a
like
dime
a
corner.
he's like a Rod Woodson
Yeah,
later in his
exactly.
career.
Right. Ronnie Lott, Rod Woodson, toward the end of his career, where he kind of drifted back a little bit. Mel Blunt, the back end of his career, played a little more safety than corner, um, which is a plus because he knows the coverages and he knows what to look for in center field. He's obviously going to be a free safety. Um,
All right,
but yeah, I mean, maybe that's why Trice is on the bubble. Maybe. I don't know.
30 year
Josh,
old 30-year-old Watt. What do we want for him?
I can promise you that right there ain't happening. Um, because we won't get what we should get for him.
Adam Scheffler broke news, but I didn't finish reading it.
It would take multiple ones to me. It would take multiple ones, maybe a one and a two, depending
I
on the
mean,
team.
they're nowhere near negotiations. They're so far off. Watt wants years and money. Steelers just want fewer years. And I think they're so far off.
Well, and hopefully they'll meet in the middle. But yeah, I mean, I know Watt wants to finish his career in Pittsburgh, but he also wants to be the highest paid player at his position. Here's the thing to me, with the way that everything's going with all this craziness, is he not paying attention to one very important thing? Let's say he signs a 6-year deal, just for throwing numbers. Okay.
Okay.
6 years, 40 mil a year. Okay. Does he not understand that by the time that contract's over, he's going to be about the 10th highest paid player? There's going to be so many guys that have blown past him in salary in 10 years. Why not go 3 and renegotiate? Know what I mean? If he's still
Right.
performing, pay him. But, if he's so concerned about being the highest paid player, he's 30. So, you go till you're 33, renegotiate, have a new deal, and maybe it's what, 50 at that point for, the cap gets raised every year. So it's a factor, but it's not a factor. Um what they need to do, to be perfectly honest, that the Players Association will never agree to, it needs to be a hard cap, but it needs to be the kind of hard cap that actually is a cap. Okay. All this stuff of renegotiating contracts and all that kind of bull. Okay. You get a perfect example is Tom Brady. Okay. He was making big bucks a year. Then they'd renegotiate his deal where it would get down to where he's making like 7, but he's getting paid 7 million a year for 20 years. So you
Dude,
renegotiated the
Tom Brady also did a lot of, he was more of a team player on
I
that
under
too.
yeah, because he was doing it to keep the guys on the team. I get that.
Is that breaking news, Josh? Did Von Miller to the Commanders?
It could be. I hadn't seen anything about it, but boy, that could you have him and Bobby Wagner together. That's kind of interesting.
Let me look.
I don't see anything about it. Well, wait a minute. Washington Commanders. This is from SI.com. This just came down 7 minutes ago. So it is breaking news. Von Miller, who last played for Buffalo last season, announced on Instagram he's signing with the Commanders. Um, doesn't show any figures, years or dollars. I'm sure it's very, very incentive laden. It's probably like a 5-year deal with another 15 or 20 million in. Um,
That's huge.
but yeah, that's a good move for Washington. I mean, people better watch out for Washington this year. They were good last year. But again, you got a guy on their team that's acting all goofy. Terry McLaurin wants to make $30 million a year. I'm sorry. I like Terry McLaurin. I think he's a very good wide receiver. $30 million a year puts you in the top, what, two of the league? I'm sorry, you ain't that good. You ain't that good. He is he a top 10 receiver in the league? Maybe 10 to 15. 30 mil a year? No. Sorry. There's just no way that the Commanders could justify that.
I can see if they didn't sign or trade for Debo.
Right. And see, that was one of the things, if you remember right, about a month or so ago, that was one of the things that people were talking about was the Steelers could trade TJ Watt to Washington for McLaurin. That was a month or so ago.
Right.
Would it have been a good deal? I mean, it definitely would have solved the number two receiver problem.
Yes, it would have.
You would have had two ones. It wouldn't even been a matter of a one and a two. You'd have had two ones, two legit ones. Um, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of things that are going to happen in the next, I'd say, month, maybe the next 6 weeks in the NFL that are going to set a lot of people on their heads. I really think so. I think we're going to see some guys really break through. I think we're going to see some guys. I think we're going to see a couple of guys, unfortunately, just through attrition. We're going to see a couple of major players not play this season because they're hurt. And I think we're going to see, and I firmly believe this, I think we're going to see more trades and more signings during this preseason than we've ever seen. Guys are going to get released and scooped up just like that. I think
You
we're going to
think?
see a lot of that.
Is that your gut call?
Say again.
What's Josh breaking that news for?
One more time.
Josh just said Saquon's injured.
No, Saquon's not.
I don't see anything, Josh, unless you saw something. Let me know.
No, I think he was saying is he one of the ones that I'm talking about being hurt?
Oh,
It could be. I don't know. Um, I don't know who it's going to be, but I think you're going to see a couple of major players out for the year. And we saw what happened. I mean, we give, there was a whole lot of yelling, screaming, squawking last season whenever Dylan threw out there that San Francisco wasn't going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, we lost a
San, Fran-
podcaster over it.
San Francisco San Francisco makes the playoffs if they don't have 72 injuries. Um, I mean, it seemed like everybody on that team was hurt at some point or another, and some longer than others. McCaffrey was done almost the whole season.
Dude,
Debo was hurt.
their
Huh?
backup. I'm sorry, the Niners' backup running backs were all good.
Oh yeah, they were. Garendo was really good. Guys like that, they were really, really good.
Patrick, Patrick, what's the Patrick? What was his name? The guy that came in the last game after Gwendo got hurt. He stepped in.
Oh
Cal
yeah.
Shanahan just has running backs. But
Okay.
now that it's gonna go what? It's gonna go McCaffrey, Gwendo, Kelly. Was it Patrick Kelly? Was that his name?
I believe you're right.
Patrick
I
Kelly,
believe
and
you're
then they
right.
also drafted another running back. Um, what was his name? Jordan Davis, I believe.
Yeah, they drafted Jordan Davis. Yeah.
So they have four solid running backs on their chart, and they lost Elijah Mitchell and Jordan Mason.
Right. And you got to remember one thing too, because Kyle Shanahan comes from the Mike Shanahan tree. Mike Shanahan manufactured running backs in Denver like DuPont manufactures paint. He Terrell Davis, Mike Anderson, guys like that. I mean, he was cranking out 1,000 to 1,100 yard running backs like there was no tomorrow. And that has been passed on to his son, who has done a similar thing, knowing that Christian McCaffrey has that history and all that kind of thing. It's not any breaking news that Christian McCaffrey is an injury risk.
So speaking of that coaching tree,
Mm-hmm.
is Robert Sala going to be the McDaniel's of the tree now that he went back to San Francisco?
I think Sala and Josh McDaniels are very similar in one thing. And you've heard me say this. Anybody that's listened to this or our open mic have heard me say this. There are defensive coordinators who are really good coordinators, excellent coordinators, and lousy head coaches. That I think is Robert Sala. Um, Josh McDaniels is the same way. There's no denying Josh McDaniels is a really, really good offensive coordinator.
Great offensive
Crap,
coordinator.
absolutely shit head coach. I think Robert Sala is another one. He's a great defensive coordinator. Until last year, I'd have said the same thing about the head coach in Washington, because when he had chances before, he completely just died. He had chances to be the head coach, and when he was in Atlanta, and Dan Quinn did absolutely nothing. Last year, now it didn't hurt that he had Jaden Daniels, but
Yeah, but no one knew what
he's
they were getting with Jaden Daniels either. He was a rookie
right,
quarterback.
right.
I had him going to Washington in our DDP mock draft.
Yeah.
Um, so I had faith in him, but it was like,
I
who's he
thought
gonna
he
throw? And I was like, who's he gonna throw to besides McLaurin? And he
right. Well,
utilized what he had.
I thought he would be the best back out of the bunch, out of the rookie quarterbacks last year. I thought he would be the best. Bo Nix would be second, pretty close to right. Because I think Bo Nix had a fantastic year last year. Um, people can talk about the other guys and that kind of stuff. And of course, McCarthy was out of the picture because he hurt his knee, and didn't even get a chance. This year will basically be his rookie year. Um, So yeah, I mean, but I think to answer your question, Robert Saleh, I think is going to be another one of those guys that's an excellent coordinator and a bad head coach.
I mean, he didn't go to a great team. I mean, think
Neither did
about it.
Dan. Neither did Dan Quinn.
Right. I mean, think about it. The shout. Oh my gosh, Shannon. Cal's coaching tree is pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
was he
I'm
have
real
four
curious.
or
I'm real
five head
curious.
coaches out there from his days?
From which one?
From his days, he's got D'Amico, he's got Matt LaFleur, he's got Sean McVay. Um,
Hmm.
well, Shala
McDermott.
went back, so he has three, and then himself, right?
McDermott. I think
McDermott, right?
McDermott.
Right. So he has four,
Yeah.
which is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
More than I can say about our head coach. There's no coaching tree from Tomlin. None.
Okay.
That's not a good
Where's the
coach.
coaching tree from Don Shula? There's not one.
I have no idea. I'm just comparing now. I'm not going back to the 70s
I'm
because
just
if we're gonna
you're throwing it
because
out
if
there that he's a lousy
because if
coach
we're
because there's
gonna
no
because
tree.
if we're gonna do that too, I don't recall any from Chuck Noll either, and he's got four.
Exactly. Cowher has the best tree of any Steelers coach in the last 50 years, and his ain't that big. It's
Right.
only got a couple branches on it itself. So, I mean, a coaching tree beneath you does not a great coach make. Um,
But it helps.
so, huh?
It helps. I mean, obviously he's doing something right to get noticed his coaching staff.
Well, that's true, but that still doesn't necessarily mean anything because when you look at some of the great coaches of the last, okay, let's say 50 years, a Marv Levy, how many of his coordinators became head coaches? None. None.
Hugh
All the years he
Jackson,
was in
right?
Buffalo,
Hugh
went to four
Jackson,
Super
right?
Bowls.
Wasn't
Huh?
Hugh Jackson on the wasn't Hugh Jackson on the coaching staff?
For Marv Levy, I don't think so. I could double check, but I don't think so.
I thought he was, and then he went to Cleveland.
And I wouldn't, no. Um, no. He was with
No,
Marvin Lewis. He was with
right,
Marvin Lewis.
right. That's who you're talking about, right?
No, I was talking about Marv Levy in
Oh,
Buffalo.
the Bills. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about
Four,
Marvin Lewis.
no. Marv Levy, four Super Bowls in a row. And none of his coordinators ever went anywhere. Um,
So
I
is that
mean,
more loyal? Is that more loyalty? I mean, I know there's no way we could look that up and see if any of the coaching staff got even interviews, or maybe you have better access than I do. But I mean,
it could be looked up. It would take a minute to look it up, but
we could talk
um,
about this. We could talk about this next week, or we could leave it as an
yeah,
open mic conversation.
we could. I mean, there are coaching trees that are. I mean, the Bill Walsh coaching tree is huge. The Bill Parcells coaching tree is huge. The
Mike
trees like
Shanahan's
that.
tree is
Mike
huge.
Shanahan. Yeah, the Mike Shanahan tree is huge because Kyle comes off of the Mike tree. Um, so all those guys come on. They're actually branches off of Mike's tree that Kyle happens to be a branch off of as well. Yeah, I mean there's not that many of them
But
that
I
are
look
big.
at it as Rich, like once you get the head coaching job and you succeed, you kind of get your own tree. Like you could be in the
Well,
same
and that's
forest.
conceivable.
You could still be in the same forest and know where you came from, but you get your own tree once you become a head coach for a couple years and you stick. That's just the way I look at
Hmm.
it.
And that's conceivable. I mean, all I'm looking at is there aren't that many trees in that forest. There
Right.
aren't a whole lot of them. There's very few. So,
But I mean,
but
it's still something cool to talk about.
it is. It is. Yeah, I gotta get things wrapped up here. So
I figured we went over the 9 minutes. You know,
yeah,
occasionally we jump into a rant at the end like normal.
yeah. But
um, but to everyone who stopped in and commented, I thank you very much on the YouTube channel. Um,
yeah.
I don't know if we got any Twitter replies or not. They're not coming through. If you guys did message me on Twitter, message me or Rich. I might have shared a little more than what Rich did on his timeline today. Rich went very short on his timeline, and I didn't catch that till after I hit enter.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good. Usually you line it all up, Rich. I was like, what is he doing? And we were already running behind schedule, so I just typed a bunch of stuff in mine.
Well, the thing is, the way I have the thing set up, if you go to the original deal, it comes up Steel City Sports Talk and all that kind of stuff across there. So all I was needing to do was put the hashtags for NFL and MLB, and the whole thing came up. The whole deal that came across the screen
Oh,
pops up.
okay. Whenever I got rid of the one of, I guess, Rav's Switch and put mine in there, I didn't see it pop up on mine. All it said was MLB and on the headline. That's why I was like, oh,
Oh
so I
yeah, no.
don't.
See, like on mine, I'm looking at mine on Facebook. It says weekly discussion of all things Pittsburgh sports. Da 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 da. Yeah, it had all of that on there. So,
Are you going out for dinner with the wife tomorrow?
no, next week.
You should see if Jared Sandler wants to have a day off and have a conversation with him tomorrow night.
Conceivable. I can shoot a message to him.
I mean, it is the off day of nothing to talk about except for MLS soccer. And
Well,
maybe the golf tournament too. I did get a free one on FanDuel today, but I have no idea who to pick.
this is the PGA Championship, right?
Is that where we're at? Aren't we
Um,
overseas? Isn't?
are we
Oh, I don't
overseas this
know.
week?
I'm on my golf class game. We were playing the Open overseas. I'm assuming.
Oh, that's right. That's right. It's the British Open. That's right.
So that means it starts
I
in
knew
like.
I knew it was a major. I knew it was a major.
So that means it starts
Um.
in like 3 hours.
Yeah, 1:35 a.m. Eastern.
So I better fill out
So
my
yeah,
lineup.
about
So I
three.
better fill out my lineup. Is that what you're telling me?
I would do it pretty quick. Yeah.
Oh, I do.
I mean,
I do have a brief announcement before I go. If
okay.
next Tuesday it is skiing, or next, yeah, next, if it is Tuesday, if it is skiing and scuba, I will maybe go live from the game
Okay. That
on
is a
open mic.
conceivability too.
On open mic.
Yeah.
So we'll see. No promises, but that is in the talks.
And that is a conceivability. By the way, I would, you're talking about your DFS. I definitely like Xander Schauffele.
I will pick them.
Um,
Any low balls? Because
huh?
you need one or two low balls. Price
Yeah.
wise. Price wise.
Check and see. I don't know what he's going to be worth. Try Matt Fitzpatrick.
I'll tell you right now.
Because I'll bet you Mark Fitzpatrick is going to be pretty cheap, but he won the Open in 22. Um, so yeah, he won the U.S. Open in
What's his
22.
last name?
Fitzpatrick, like Ryan Fitzpatrick,
99.
9'9".
9,900. Yep.
Wow. Wow, they really like him too. They don't have him as a long shot at all. Uh, Okay. I'm just trying to think who else I might have. What's Justin Rose at? That's really the only other
Well,
one I can think of.
9,600.
Eesh. I'm not having any luck on long shots. I'd have to look at the list. Oh, if he's playing, he almost always makes the cut. If he's playing, Lee Westwood. And I know he's probably cheap. He's probably somewhere in that six, 7 range.
Is he playing? He hasn't. He hasn't played since June 8th.
He doesn't play very much.
He's probably playing the West. He's probably playing this one though.
I'd be surprised if he doesn't. Let me look. Um, let's see. Yeah, he's in. He's 6,300 on DraftKings.
You know what? I've seen this name before. Bezluladdenhout.
You
Do
did what
that.
to a chicken?
I
You did what to a chicken?
didn't do anything to it, Jake.
The
Um,
the even the even better response
C
to that.
C Zuiden Hoot.
You do and you'll clean it up.
That's who I'm going with.
Oh,
So I ran Fitzpatrick, Schauffele, Scheffler, Rose, Westwood, and Benzluhant.
gotcha.
Let's see what happens.
Oh, Darren Clark's in there too. Darren Clark's ultra cheap on DraftKings. Holy crap.
Are you playing? Are you gonna?
5,100 on DraftKings.
Are you gonna run a line?
Yeah, I might.
Well, you
I
only
might
got
do a
like three.
dollar game.
You only got 3 hours.
I understand.
I'm only playing
Anyways,
because it was
man.
free.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, I may do a dollar game just for the ever popular shits and grins.
All right.
I'm
We
not putting
know
any
we.
major money into it.
No, me neither, because I don't know enough about it. But hey, I am at Sports Talking It on Twitter. You can get me at Driving to the Top on Productions on Twitter as well. You can also get me on the Driving to the Top Productions on YouTube channel. Hit that like, subscribe, guys. It's always good to comment and talk with you back. And Rich usually says all that, so I'm going to let him continue. But yeah, so you might see me on open mic next week or not. I might jump in from the game. We'll see.
Yeah, you can get me on Twitter, X, whatever we're calling it this week, at BigRich8371, or on Facebook, just my name, Rich Richardson. Like Adam said, man, we love getting questions and comments from you guys. Love to get that dialogue going and hear what you think. If you think something we said's right, tell us. If you think we're way off base, tell us that too. We want to know why. So we definitely appreciate it. And you guys, check us out all over the Driving to the Top production catalog. We got all kinds of things going on. Check out the whole YouTube channel, subscribe, like. Monday nights, I do a show called Two Tire Change for NASCAR. We get into the last week's races and the upcoming week. Tuesday night, God only knows where that goes, man. We get a bunch of the guys from the crew and we do open mic night and topics go all over the place. And we literally go all over the place. And then next Wednesday, we'll be right back here doing Steel City Sports Talk, hopefully with some much better news to talk about for the Pirates as we get closer to the trade deadline and see who's still there. So, any final thoughts, Adam?
Just waiting to see what happens to our team during the deadline. I mean, it looks like we're going to be selling.
Yeah, I definitely think we're going to be selling, but Yeah,
Hmm.
until next Wednesday night for another edition of Steel City Sports Talk. He's Adam. I'm Big Rich. So long, everybody.
All right, guys. Have a good night.